On this episode of Tacoma Report, election results are in. A growing number of Pierce County residents are struggling with food insecurity. Find out how you can help. Thanksgiving is almost here, and the Tacoma Police Department and Tacoma Ministerial Alliance are leading an effort to provide free turkeys to families. Get ready to bundle up and enjoy Zoolights at Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. And we have a chat with Lisa Jaret from Tacoma Creates. Those stories and more straight ahead on Tacoma Report. Welcome to Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor. The recent election votes have been tabulated, and there will be some new faces joining old ones in city government next year. The city of Tacoma will swear in a new mayor on January 6, 2026.
It is clear people are hungry for a change, and there are so many people who believe in the possibility of our city. This election is fundamentally about how you want to feel about our city and what you think the city can really achieve when we have limitless courage and imagination.
Anders Ibsen will replace current mayor Victoria Woodards, who was term limited. Ibsen previously served as council member for District 1 from 2012 to 2019. Ibsen campaign focused on affordability and public safety. Joining Ibsen will be first-time council member Latasha Palmer, who will serve as council at large, position 6. Sundish Sadulge, who was appointed in 2024 to fulfill the remainder of former council member Catherine Ishka's term, won his first elected run for council. Incumbent council members Sarah Rumbaugh, District 2, and Joe Bushnell, District 5, retained their seats. Other local races included Port of Tacoma Commissioner positions, number 1, 2, and 4, Parks Tacoma Commissioner positions, number 1, 2, and 3, and Tacoma School District number 10 Director. For a full list of the Pierce County general election results, visit the Pierce County Elections website. With federal workers furloughed, SNAP benefits in flux, and the holidays approaching, more and more Pierce County residents are experiencing food insecurity. Leanna Olds, Deputy Director of Emergency Food Network, tells us about how they are dealing with the growing need for food assistance and how you can help.
We are in some fascinating times here. EFN already serves as the #1 food distribution center for food banks all over Pierce County. We have 75 plus food pantry partners. And since 2019, we'd already seen an incredible stress on the system that never recovered from COVID. And as we've entered into 2025, it's been body blow after body blow. Our pantry partners and affiliates have been seeing lines going out the door and around the building. They have dealt with trying to keep enough food on the shelves to deal with the demand. We've had families just waiting out in the rain, just hoping that they can get enough groceries to get them through from paycheck to paycheck. And this system was already barely holding on with the need because we were struggling to get enough food to deal with the growing number of people in this county who require the use of the food bank. I get to hear the stories of people who had found themselves having to use the food bank for the first time, and they were just greeted with loving acceptance and people willing to help them get what they need, get it to the car, keep their kids entertained so that they could just shop and move on. If they go to our website, we have an interactive map that will show you what food banks are open in your area and how you get there. It's as easy as we possibly can make it. You can go on there, or you can give us a call if you don't have access to getting that, and we will happily direct you to a food bank or a food pantry in your area. And we just asked, can you please drop off food at the Puyallup Fairgrounds? We were shocked by how many people answered that call and came ready with bags and diapers and all kinds of amazing groceries that we are now going to be able to get out to the network. I've lived in this region my entire life, and one of the reasons that I've always loved living here is I have felt that this is a place that really cares about its community and that we invest in our neighbors. When I see this, I see a confirmation of everything I've ever believed about Pierce County. And it's that this is a place where people work hard and are always willing to give a hand up to somebody who needs it. How people can help is we really need people to donate food. We need people to be willing to host food drives. There's more people that need this network than ever, and so as much food as we can bring in is deeply appreciated. We need funds. $1 donated to Emergency Food Network can be turned into 2 pounds of food because of our great repack program. And we need bodies who are willing to help us. Volunteers are so important. And not just here, there are volunteers that are needed at food pantries all over this area. They're small, they don't necessarily have the same resources to tell you that they need help. But if you just look at what food banks are in your area, please do and go volunteer there. The only way that we are going to make it through this time and through any changes and new situations is if every single citizen decides that we want to invest in making this a place where nobody has to scrounge around for something as basic as food. Food equity, food justice is something that we all have to have a commitment to. And if we truly are committed to it, we have the power to change the system. But it only will happen if we decide that we will not live in a society, in a system that denies some people access to safe, nutritious food.
It's time to prepare for Thanksgiving, and the Tacoma Police Department has teamed up with the Ministerial Alliance to provide free turkeys to anyone in need. On November 18th, turkeys will be available at the Tacoma Dome starting at 11 a.m. On November 22nd, you can pick one up at the Eastside Community Center starting at 10 a.m. And you'll have one more chance to get a turkey at the People's Community Center beginning at 6 p.m. on November 24th. All locations are drive-through only, and one turkey per family will be available until supplies last. Zoolights returns November 28th and runs nightly through January 4th at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium, with a short break on December 24th and 25th. This year, the holiday magic is brighter than ever, with more than 1.5 million sparkling lights illuminating the zoo. The aquariums are closed and the animals are asleep during Zoolights. Online, time tickets are required and range from $14 to $28. And for the first time ever, you can bring your dog to Zoolights on 5 special dog nights. To learn more and get tickets, visit pdza.org. Do you love your local parks and want to make a difference? Join Parks Tacoma on November 22nd for a Park Steward Orientation meeting. Stewards help care for natural spaces by leading volunteer events alongside park staff. The orientation covers training on how to lead a successful work party, identifying and removing invasive species safely and effectively, and planting and care for trees that will grow for generations. Orientation will be held on November 22nd from 9 a.m. until noon at the Titlow Park Lodge. No previous experience is necessary. Learn more online at parkstacoma.gov/volunteers. Registration is open for Parks Tacoma's Thanksgiving Day Fun Run, the Northpoint Classic. Beginning and ending at the Northpoint Community Center, participants can choose between a 3K or 5K route that winds through Northeast Tacoma. The race starts at 9 a.m. with a group warm-up beforehand. Come in costume or wear the colorful race shirt included in the registration fee. This event is fun for all ages, and dogs on a leash are welcome too. Coming up after the break, Lisa Jaret from Tacoma Creates joins us in studio to discuss what they've got planned for the upcoming year. See you then. Welcome back to Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor. Today we're joined by Lisa Jaret, Tacoma Creates Program Manager for the City of Tacoma, to talk about Tacoma Creates. Since the initiative was passed in 2018, Tacoma Creates has invested more than $30 million in local cultural organizations, helping to make arts, culture, heritage, and science more accessible to people across Tacoma. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Absolutely. So we've got a few questions for you to share with our viewers, give them a little more information about what's going on. So Lisa, can you tell our viewers, Tacoma Creates was recently authorized through 2032. What does this milestone mean for Tacoma's cultural community and for the future of the program?
Yeah, it's a really exciting milestone. It is an incredible vote of confidence and of recognition of the work that the cultural organizations do in Tacoma. It was first voted on in 2018 by Tacoma voters, and since that time, the organizations have done incredible work, and they have demonstrated a return on this public investment. And based on all that good work, just last month, City Council voted to reauthorize the program through 2032, as you said. And so it means stability for the cultural sector. It means that they can keep doing all of this incredible good work to support the community. And it's also really important right now because there's so many changes in other kinds of funding that nonprofits are able to access. And so having this kind of stable investment from our local city is incredible.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful that they've extended it. So that's, definitely a good thing for the organization and the program and everything that you're doing. So the current funding cycle is supporting 79 organizations across Tacoma. How does Tacoma Creates ensure these investments sustain and expand Tacoma's vital and vibrant cultural sector?
Yeah, so 79 organizations, which is incredible.
Yes.
And that includes the largest cultural institutions in town, as well as so many small community-based, volunteer-led programs. It includes everything that classes, workshops, performances, exhibitions, festivals, and it's public funding. So there's a public process for accessing the funding. There's an application, there's a review process. And so organizations, when they're applying for this funding, they're demonstrating how they're meeting the funding priorities. They're demonstrating how they're going to serve community. And key in our funding priorities is a lot of focus on equity and access. And so the ways that organizations are getting out into the community, serving different populations in different parts of the city, that's one of the things that I think is really adding to the vibrancy of our cultural sector, is that it is more diverse and more inclusive than it's ever been.
Absolutely, I love that. So Lisa, the Tacoma Creates 2024-2025 annual report is about to launch and includes highlights on impacts, dollars distributed, and programs supported. So first part of this question is, what are some of the key takeaways or successes that stand out to you from this year's report?
Yeah. So 3 things that I want to tell you about. First is just the overall scope of work. We were able to distribute $6 million to 69 organizations in the 24-25 program year. They produced a combined total of nearly 1,500 programs and events. Most of them were free. They counted a combined total of over 1 million participants at all of these programs. So the scope of work is incredible. Another key highlight is partnerships we have with a couple of very important institutions in our community, Tacoma Public Schools and Tacoma Public Library. With the schools, organizations that we fund partner with the schools to provide in-school learning opportunities, workshops, field trips. There's specific funding that supports transportation. So in the 24-25 program year, there were 280 cultural learning field trips for Tacoma Public School students, supported by Tacoma Creates. And with the library, organizations partner with the library to provide free programming at every branch across the city. Again, workshops, classes, performances, demonstrations, hands-on, make and take kinds of workshops. And there was an average of over 4 programs each week across the library system. And then the third area is just the way that the organizations locally have continued to evolve and grow and collaborate more with each other, which is just creating an increasingly strong cultural sector here.
Right. And I love how Tacoma Creates has so many options available and how they embrace everyone from every aspect, so that, everyone in the community has an opportunity to participate at some level. So I think that's really wonderful work that you all are doing. So the second part of the question, Lisa, when will it be available as far as the report goes, and where can the community find the yearly report?
Yeah, the annual report will be posted on our website, which is tacomacreates.org. It'll be up next week. And also at that website, we have an events calendar. And so that's where people can find listings of all of these different opportunities like you mentioned.
Wonderful. So Lisa, final question. Looking ahead, what excites you most about the next chapter for Tacoma Creates and the local organizations it supports?
Yeah, I'm so excited that we get to embark on the second 7 years of Tacoma Creates. There's a lot of continual refining of the program that we're doing, continuing to figure out ways to support organizations and to support the sustainability. There's a couple of new things that'll happen in the second 7 years, including a capital funding program for cultural organizations that'll roll out in about a year and a half. And I think also the thing that I'm most excited about is the importance of this funding in our community, the importance of a public investment in the cultural sector. The work that these organizations do and the opportunities they provide, it brings people together for shared experiences. It helps people explore their own creativity. It helps people learn local history, science, learn about your own culture, learn about other people's cultures, think about things from different perspectives, build your empathy. These are all things that are so important now.
Absolutely.
And it just makes me really pleased to live in a city that has confirmed a commitment to a public investment in this work.
Wonderful. Well, we definitely appreciate, again, all that you're doing, all that Tacoma Creates is doing, the opportunities that they're providing for the community that they serve. We're so glad that you came on the show. We hope to have you back again soon with an update.
All right. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Lisa. That wraps up another episode of Tacoma Report. To learn more about anything you've seen today and everything going on around the city, visit tacoma.gov. I'm Laura Proctor. Stay tuned and stay connected.